Welcome back, guys. So today's a Fast and Furious video. I am Steve, and if you are new here, I am a Fast and Furious addict. I can't pick up the TV remote without clicking on something Fast and Furious related. I have stressed people out over this. It's an addiction. I don't know what to tell you, but I notice things in movies that probably a lot of you don't notice. For example, the Mark IV Supra, the Toyota symbol's upside down. Anybody notice that? Here's one that gets me every time. You ever notice in the first Fast and Furious race wars, Letty gets to the start line and she's clearly in a Sylvia at the beginning. But then it pans over to the other guy and then comes back. You ever notice little things like you look at the back rear window, you can actually see the Civic rear spoiler from the heist car and you can actually see the rear window of the Civics back there. I notice these things. It drives me nuts. Could be that I've watched the movie no less than 300 times.
What?
You ever notice things like, let's talk about the race scene with Jesse for a second and Johnny Tran in the first Fast and Furious. Everybody's always focused on that Jetta didn't have brakes. Have you ever noticed something? Jesse's driving a four-door car, but the video pans over to Johnny Tran, and when it comes back, again, you can see the same wing in the back window, and clearly that he's driving one of the heist Civics. Now, it's probably a Mick rig car, and they use it as a stunt car, but it's little things like this I notice. You ever notice when the Civic tumbles down the highway? You can like after the semi-heist towards the end, you can clearly see that car has a roll cage in it. And of course, my favorite before we go too far, again, the first Fast and Furious, because it's the most iconic, I would think, of them all, is the Mishimoto ZX tires.
Lab says the skid marks came back the same. Mishimoto ZX tires, so we know that it's somebody in the street racing.
For those that don't know, Mishimoto, as far as I know, has never made a tire. Maybe they have, but as far as I know. Oh, one more scene. This one's my favorite. This one's my favorite. It's when they're at the speed shop. Brian, for whatever reason, thinks nitrous is going to make his car go over 140 miles an hour, which leads me to believe that there wasn't a lot of car guys involved, which is weird because Paul Walker was a car guy. But the gearing in a 2G Eclipse would never let it go to 140 miles an hour. But let's set that aside for a second. Hector walks into the shop and hands him like an eBay cheap turbo whistle thing.
Hey, you said you need 3 of all this stuff?
Yeah, 3 of everything.
It's like, I need 3 of these. Like, it's hilarious. Anyway, that's not why we're here today. We're here because I notice things in movies and it drives me nuts. I personally believe that they f***ed up on Mia's car in the first Fast and Furious. Now, you look at the history of Dom's cars, with the exception of the RX-7 in the first one, the first car we see him in, he's always got big V8 cars. You know, he's got the original 70 Charger R2, the blower sticking out of the hood. He's got his Chevelle. He's got his SRT Challenger. He's got his Daytona. He's got that. He's got all these big V8 cars. And what's Mia get? She gets an NSX in Fast 4, I think, Fast 5. She gets her Integra. Now, she does get the GT40 and the Heist, but it's not actually her car, so can't really consider it. And then she gets an Alpha. Like, this is Dominic Toretto's sister, who they messed it up. So in today's video is video 1 of 3, and we are gonna build the car that Mia should have had, in my opinion. So I think they had the right platform with the Integra, but using the 4-door Integra, Mia's a 20-year-old girl with no kids. Why does she have a sedan? Although Jesse had a sedan too, but whatever. Why does she have a sedan with a 4-banger? Like, let's fix this. So I think they nailed it with the decals, or I'm sorry, decals for the Americans that get mad every time I say decal, although there is 350 million of you and 40 million Canadians. So maybe you win that argument. So I think they nailed it on the decals. You guys remember the episode of Friends where Joey's like, I don't know what you really mean when you do this. I'm sorry.
People do this. I don't really know what that means. Oops.
So Jada Toys did the Integra and the coupe. Now they had the decals right, they had the wing right, I think. They had a lot right. I wasn't crazy about the wheels on Mia's car in Fast and Furious because it's supposed to be a race car and they've got these giant 20-inch chrome wheels on it. It doesn't fit. The sedan that just came out in Hot Wheels, when I say just, I mean actually quite a while ago, is a lot closer, but again, Mia's a 20-year-old girl. She doesn't want a four-door car. So let's address this. Let's go outside and let's start building this thing. All right, now let me show you what I mean. This is the platform that I feel Mia's car should have started as. And it's a JDM coupe. Actually, this isn't a JDM car, it's just got the JDM front on it. It's an Integra with the JDM conversion on it. Now, we're gonna be building this into the car Mia should have had. But before we do that, we need to start on other things. For example, let me show you the interior, because why wouldn't we look at that first? So we got a terrible steering wheel. Although it's OE with an airbag, it's not very cool. We have no seats. Now maybe I'm the only one here, but has anybody tried to move a car without seats, especially standard? Not easy. We're gonna get some seats in here. We're gonna do something with the steering wheel. We're gonna get a deck in here. We're gonna clean it up. I'd like to put some carbon fiber in here. I'd like you guys to drop me a comment where you think we could put carbon fiber in here. That would look awesome because I feel like the car should have some sort of carbon fiber somewhere. Carbon fiber interior pieces are a little more difficult to do because they have the retaining clips behind them. So a lot of guys 3D print them and then put them on after. We could just carbon skin something though and make it look cool. I'm kind of looking at that center console, might be cool in carbon fiber. You know me and carbon fiber, it's gonna be carbon fiber console, and then we're gonna do the dash, we're gonna do the door skins, we're gonna do everything. So I don't know where a guy actually stops. So on the exterior of the car, well, you can see in the hatch here, it would have been easier if I just popped it for you guys, but there's some love to be had. It's got the rear wiper delete on it. It's got, more importantly, some paint love needed. Now, we could probably clean this up, re-clear it. I don't know. It's kind of everywhere cancerous. I'm almost tempted, does a guy wrap the car or what? I don't know. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let me show you guys what we're actually going to use for seats and a steering wheel, and it's gonna be awesome. And before we get into it and I show you the seats, I wanna say one thing that I did not like about Mia's car in the Fast and Furious. There's a lot of things I didn't like in the Fast and Furious and Mia's car in particular, but one thing in particular, I said that twice, was her car was not, it wasn't Toretto or feminine enough. It was like a blend of just the wrong car, and I'm going to show you what I mean right now. So in the movie, Mia's car, she had, I believe it was Sparco or Recaro seats. I think it was Sparco seats because I do believe Sparco was one of the sponsors. I know they did try and get Toyo on, and I believe Yokohama also came on, but let me present to you what we're going to use for the seats. And these old girls that are faded, custom faded.
The paint's faded.
Yeah, but it's custom.
It's custom faded?
That said, custom faded seats. These are nothing special, nothing expensive, but they are purple, they are more feminine, and they are quite comfortable compared to what is in there now, no seats. Now, here's where we hit a problem. The seats that should go in there, the seat brackets, we don't have any rails for. So these are kind of a universal rail that are on the seat. I think we can make it work. I don't know. Problem we're gonna run into, I'll show you, is that those rails I just showed you are dead flat. So yeah, they'll bolt in back here, no problem. Actually, not even there. Right there, they'll bolt in. And that's about it, because those bolts are on the front, those bolts are on the front, those bolts are on the front. It was nice of Donovan to leave us. I think we have all our bolts here. Not sure if we're missing, I think we're missing a bolt. Missing a bolt.
I'm dancing till the sun comes up. I don't care what's in my cup.
shit, if that doesn't look better, hey? Even all custom faded, they look good. All right, next up we gotta deal with that, whatever that is. Mia Toretto would never have that steering wheel in her car, but it's okay. I have a plan for it because I'm a hoarder. And I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, Steve, it's got your horn button and your cruise control and your airbag. But I have one thing to say about that, because race car. I almost forgot one thing. We need to disconnect the battery. Okay, disconnect the battery. Where I come from, we call this a Donovan build. Aside from the super sketchy seat brackets that I found in the car. SRS airbag, right? Oh, just kidding, it wasn't even plugged in. So probably didn't have to go through the hassle of doing the battery, but that's all right. I don't have a stereo in here anyway to worry about presets, so let's carry on. And I guess something like that, Mia probably would have had a functioning horn, but the horn bottoms out on the nut. But that's okay, I'm gonna get a quick release. I might even have one in the house, I think. And the quick release will pull it out that 1/4 inch that we need to actually clear the horn. But I put this on here just so I can still move the car around the yard here. Yeah, on to the next step now. We have a couple things we're gonna deal with yet. We still have to deal with whatever is happening here. I don't have a lot to say about that. Donovan build, hashtag, I guess, I don't know. So we're gonna deal with this next, I think. So actually, funny enough, I went downstairs to find, it's got windy out here. I went downstairs to find the pieces we need for the center console, and I'm pretty sure I found a quick release hub that'll work on this. And ironically enough, it's the same color we need for the build, so that's kind of cool. This hub was actually from, I believe, when we were trying to find the right hub to do the CRX, this was the leftover hub, which kind of concerns me. Now the CRX comes from sort of the EF chassis, and this is kind of like an EK blend with the EG, I don't know. See if it works, I'm pretty sure it's from the CRX. Yeah, there we go. That doesn't say Rice or Mia Toretto. I don't know what does. All right, so that's looking pretty fire. I think we're gonna leave it like that for now. It does have the quick release hub on it if for whatever reason you feel like you need that, but there it is. All right, next up to tackle is this dirty, disgusting disaster down here. That's standard things. So, all right, we're gonna get rid of this shitty Mugen shift knob and, oh, well, it just came apart of me. We're gonna get rid of this thing and clean it up. So from over the years of modding tuner cars, I think I have probably 20 shift knobs sitting around. But there is one I have saved for a unique build like this, where it's kind of a girly theme. It's 2024. We can't say girly, we can't say he, she. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But purple theme. A purple theme car that I have saved the shift knob for. And I'm glad I did because I think it's gonna suit it well. So we're gonna throw that on right now. And bam, just like that. And little secret about this car is it is a 6-speed, and we're gonna get into that in a couple videos. But overall, I think this turned out pretty good. So next up is the deck. I do have a double din deck to go in here. I do not have a dash kit, but I did order one off the good old eBay for like $15. It's not here, so we're not gonna worry about videoing that. You'll see it when it's in. Nobody cares about a double din deck. And this is a wrap-ish on what I feel Mia Toretto's interior should have looked like on her 90s Integra from the early 2000s Fast and Furious. Next up is the exterior. We have a lot to deal with here. That's gonna be in the next video. There's a lot to take care of on the exterior. We got the hood to fix, we have decals to put on, decals to put on. We've got a lot. The exterior is going to be a long video, and I'll see you guys on that one. Thanks for watching. Peace.